This conference will now be recorded.
अद्य गुरुवासरः अथवा बृहस्पतिवासरः ज्येष्ठ कृष्णषष्ठी दिनांक 11 जून 2020 सहस्रयोग पृष्ठ 37 शंखं चक्रं जलौकान् दतमृतघटं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छातिहृत्यां शुकपरिविलसन् मौलिमम्भोजनेत्रं कामाम्भोजोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसच्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यं वन्दे धन्वन्तरिं तं निखिलगदवनप्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् प्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् ब्रह्मणो हि समारब्धा मात्रेयाद्येषु पूजिताम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् आयुर्वेदरतं वन्दे माधवाख्यं महागुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं शिष्येभ्यो यः प्रदत्तवान् द्रष्टाज्ञानी दृष्टकर्मा कृतकर्मा तथैव च अध्यापकोऽभिषक्श्रेष्ठो महान् संशोधकस्तथा गुणैरेतैः समुदितैः यत्कार्यं प्रतनोति सः समृद्ध्यर्थं हि कार्यस्य वयं नु प्रयतामहे सरस्वत्यै नमो यस्याः प्रसादात् पुण्यकर्मभिः बुद्धिदर्पणसङ्क्रान्तं जगदध्यक्षमीक्षते आत्रेयं प्रथमं वन्दे आयुर्वेदजगद्गुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं गृहीत्वा हि सुरेश्वरात् अग्निवेशादिकेभ्यो यत् प्रयच्छत्नं सत्तमः प्रथमं तन्त्रकर्तारम् अग्निवेशं नमाम्यहम् प्रसारिणी माश बलारसो न रास्नौषधे प्रक्वथितं तदम्बः पिबन्ति ये क्षीरभुजो जयन्ति मरुद्विकारान् अपबाहुकञ्च तर्हि प्रसारिणी माश बलारसो न रास्ना औषध औषध महौषधं शुण्ठी प्रक्वथितं तदम्बः पिबन्ति ये तर्हि तस्य क्वाथः करणीयः एवञ्च क्षीरभुजः ये क्षीरेण सह भुञ्जन्ति ते क्षीरभुजः अर्थात् those who eat along with milk jayanti marudvikaran apabahukancha they conquer the diseases caused by vata dosha and apabahuka or it might be avabahuka. This also Suradaru Sanagaram Patitam Mambasita will ever be this well so. रसोन कारवी कृष्णा स्थिराभि साधितं जला पीतम उन्मार्गगम वातम अनुलोमयति क्षणात्. This we said that this can be used in emergencies. गंधर्व हस्त तिरबिल्व हुताश विश्व पथ्या पुनर्नवा यवासक भूमि तालैः वातैश्च सैन्धव गुण पवनस्य शान्ति वन्धेर्बलाय रुचये मधुशोधना. So this I think is available by Gandharva Stati Kashaya. And Gandharvasta Erenda Chirabilva Utikarancha Hutasha Chitraka Vishwa Shunthi Pathya Punarnava Yavasaka Bhumitala is Musali. So Saindhava Guda that is to be used for Pavana Shanti Vandher Balam Kruchaye Malashodana. So it has varieties of Palashrutis and can be used in varieties of diseases. And this also we covered Panchamula Shukam Ksheeram Vata Shonitanashana. And he is saying it is Brihat Panchamula over here. This also we have covered Rasnair and Vala Sahachari Vara Sahacharuvari Dusparsha Vasamrita. रासना तामल की वृषा गुरुशक्ति चित्राब्द चव्याश्मभिः धात्री भांगी पटोल पुष्कर निशा सैरी विश्वाग्निभिः निष्पाथो दशमूल दारु सहित पीत प्रदुष्णो नृणाम् अन्यात् सैन्धव खंड शौंड सहित वातंत्र दोषोत्तरम् This also we covered actually. Rasna Drigana Bhaga said this also we covered. Ramarasna Dikvatha. Kaushikokta Rasna, this also we covered. I don't know. So here Palashruti is quite big. Varichandaroha Kvatha Vatashonita Nashanaha. This is very simple. Andeshatavari and Guruchi. So this we may try to put in our pudi as well. Shatavarichandaraha Mala Tvak Bala Ikshu Kandekshu Rasa Shrutambaha Kalkastu Yashti Madhukasya Mishran Tado Duno Devatasramatha. So Shatavari Guruchi Amalak Amalaki Bala Ikshukanda Ikshurasa Ikshukanda Ikshurasa Shrutambah Kalkastu Yashti Madhukasya Mishram. So one has to put Yashti Madhuka Kalka Vatasram Atasra Pittam for Vatarakta and Rakta Pitta. Both this is useful. We are at Vatarakta Hara Kashaya. So I think this is what I feel right now. Vara Asanagneha Patra Nishak Vato Matukritaha Viradat Sthula Dehopi Pibet Masat Kusho Bhavet.
Hmm?
So Dvirada is Hatti actually. Dvabhyam Hatti iti Dviradaha. So it is elephant. And Sthulopi. So a person who is stool like elephant. Pibet Masat Krusho Bhavet. Within a month he becomes Krusha. Vara Asani Asana Agni Patra Lodhra Patra Nisha Haridra. Vatha Madhuplutaha. This seems simple. Lodhra Patra. Patra is Lodhra Patra, he is saying. And Nisha Haridra. So this is quite simple. Masat Krishna Bhavet. Available as Varadi Kashaya. So we may try to use this. Anyway, so Varadi Kashaya. Varasana Chitra Patra is Lodra Patra and Nisha Haridra. Katukamala Guduchi Shunti Shamyaka Pallavai Sashivai Siddham Toyam Sagudam Pitam Malashodhanam Kurute. So Kutki Amalaka Guduchi Shunti Shamyaka Pallava Aragvada Sashiva. Shiva is Harita. So Shamyaka Pallava has been given. This is again specific. We are preparing Raja Taila. This is actually brought into practice by Moyalele as such. Aragvada is said to be very good for Kushtha. So just Aragvada Patra Siddha Taila. We call it as Rahi, he is calling it as Raga Taila. So I have also used it and it works fine. Loha Patra in my book. Okay. We get Lodhra Sala in market. Lodhra Patra not available. Patra has another meaning, Tamala Patra as well, or something like that. One may look into synonyms of Patra. That will be better. So Masatkrusho Bhavet Virata Stula Deho. This is again peculiar. So maybe we use this as Varadi Kashaya. This is also good. Siddhantoyam Sagodam Pitam Dalashodhanam Kurute. So in constipation, this can be a good path. Whether this is also available, Katukadi Kashaya with Guda. And Aragvada Patra, I was saying about that. So we are not using Patra. Generally, we are trying to use Aragvada Magaja as such. But particularly here it has been used. So and we have a tree in front of our house. So Aragvada is not a problem for us. Patola Mula Kairanda Danti Shresthe Kumbakaihi. Shunti Guduchi Yuktaisha Puti Shamyaka Pallavai. Sasindurtha Gudakvatham Virekartham Prashas. Here also Shamyaka Pallav is there. Patola Mula Eranda Danti. Kishtechifala Ikshu Kumbha. Kumbha is Trivrit. Shunti Guduchi and Puti Shamyaka Pallav. So Puti Karanja and Shamyaka Pallav. Sasindurtha Gudakvatham. Guda in Saindava, this is coming and then again. No, sir. So this is not available as such in the market. Asheti Rogeshu Dhanyamla Suvniveshaye Shubhe Nakshat Muhurte Nakshate Sugrahe Kalashan Nisit Tasmin Etanshtu Sambharan Nikshapen Datipan Vishak Tandulasya Dashak Prastham Prutukasya Tathaivacha Uduthasya Tatha Laja Chatvari Yaset Punaha Adhakam Tambu Bijanan Potravasya Tandula Chatuprastham Shipet Kashta Viprastham Nagarasya Kamsam Damtar Chathalunam Datipyakam Kudavashtakam Ushnodakasya Dvishataprastham Kshipva Rodhadhet Tasya Tadvadanam Badhva Paritognim Pravartet Asapta Divsad Evam Ashtame Divase Punaha Dhanyamlam Asmad Akrushya Punarushnodakam Kshipet Atram Snigdha Sarvanga Tadat Tatravagahet Matranam Shat Sahasrani Paramakala Uchate. So this is for 80 vata diseases, vata rog, ashiti vata rog. Dhanyamlam su niveshe. So it is Dhanyamla kanji. Shubhe muhurte nakshatre sugrahe kalasham nyesit. Since Shubha muhurta nakshatra sugraha kalasha. So it can be held very easily. Tasmin netamsha sambharan dikshipen matiman bishak. So in that this is to be added. Tandulasya dashaprastham. Prutukasya tathaiva च. So Tandula dashprastha, Prutuka dashprastha. Kulathasya tatha laja chatvarimsha. Chatvarimsha. So Kulatha and Laja. So these all may make chatvarimsha 40. Dashaprastha each. Adakam kangu bijana kodravasya च Tandula. Chatuprastham Kshipet Pashchat Viprastham Nagarasya. So Kangu Bija, one Adaka Kodrava तंडुल चतुःप्रस्थ द्विप्रस्थ नागर कंसम दंत शठालूनाम दीप्यकं कुर्णवाष्टकम. तो दंत शठालू वन कंस दीप्यक अष्टकुडव उष्णोदकस्य द्विशतप्रस्थम क्षिप्त्वाति रोदधेत. This is strange. So 200 prastha ushnodaka and tasya tat vadanam badva paritognim pravarte. So one should tie the mouth of this and paritognim pravarte. So it should be heated from sides. Asapta divasat. So 7 days it has to be heated. Evam ashtame divase punah. And again on 8th day, Dhanyamlam asmad akrushya punarushnodakam kshipe. So one should take out Dhanyamla and again pour water into it. Atunam snigdha sarvanga tata tatravagahe. ते खाल्लं घेऊन या. So sarvanga snigdha atura tada tatra avagahe. So this is to be used for avagahana. Matrani षट् सहस्राणि परमकाल उच्यते. So 6,000 matra is the maximum period. Laga चार प्रस्थ. The chatvarimshat is not char. Chatvara is char. Chatvarimshat is 40. So there is something. What is in Hindi part? Laja? Char. But this is not. Chatvarimshat I varti काय chatvara. 40. So Laja might be 40 or maybe 10. Kangu bija 1 adaka, kodrava 4 prastha, shunti 3 prastha, danta shatha 4 prastha, dipyaka 8, ushnodaka 200. Prepare Dhanyamla by boiling the above specified drugs on mild fire for 7 days as per the text. Avagaha sweda with Dhanyamla for 600 matrakal sarvanga vataroga.
हिंदी में 6,000 दिया हुआ है.
6,000. हाँ 6,000. मी 600 म्हणलं का? नाही 6,000. So I don't know whether somebody prepares Dhanyamla like this for 7 days. We have prepared Dhanyamla at home without any fire, and that gets ready by 2-3 days or so. And one may pour into it this masha vataka as such, and there are certain other dravyas as such. But this boiling for 7 days, this is very specific. And whether this kind of Dhanyamla is available, that is again a question. And this is only for Avagaha. This is another important thing. And Prithika is for the first time I have seen in a Sahasrayogam. पिप्पली मूल चिव्य चितक नागर यवागुर दीपनी यासक शूलग्नि चोपसात्ता. ये चरक में भी है. So this is in चरक as well. पिप्पली मूल चिव्य चितक नागर, it's पंचपोला. So this is Shoolaghni and Deepaniya. This yavagu is Shoolaghni and Deepaniya. तालपर्ण बला बिल्वैहि पुष्टिपर्या च साधिता दाणिमामला हिता पेया कपपित्ता ते सारिणाम. This is also from Charaka. तालपर्ण I'm not sure whether it is Talaparna. Bala Bilvai Prishnakarnya, this is I remembering. Dhanyamla madhyaचा प्रकार म्हणता येईल का? How this Dhanyamla works in Sarva Samavastha of Vatavyadhi. Yeah, it works in Samavastha. I have done Dhanyamla Dhara in many patients of aamavata, and it has fantastic results. So within 2-3 days, the swelling is gone, the pain is gone, and patient is very comfortable. So Dhanyamla Dhara is very good in Samavastha particularly. Of course, one should be giving some Mrudu Samsana or Vireshana internally. Generally, this Gandharvastadi Kashaya is used for that. Dhanyamla is to be used for only Samavata or can be in other vatavyadhi too. Here it says that Achiti Vatavikara. So in other vatavyadhis also, it should be of use, and particularly when it is Sarvanga Vata, then it is more useful. Otherwise, for Ekanga Vata or something like that, we can use only for that particular portion. That is also possible. So we have done it for psoriasis in Karvenagar. Psoriasis also Dhanyamla Dhara. Generally, psoriasis I am doing Takradhara, not Dhanyamla Dhara. So I'm not remembering whether this can be used for Kushta as such. But in Vatavyadhi, this is definitely useful. And in which way you prepare Dhanyamla? I will tell you later because she knows Madhavi has done that. And it's preparing peya first and then allow it to ferment with addition of some other dravyas like this mashavataka, etc. So we can share the part. Ganesh can also share the part. I'm using in psoriasis Sitaram readily available. Okay. Ganesh, have you prepared it at your place? Dhanyamla. Of course, we have prepared, so we can share definitely. And maybe I put it on JSPC group. That will be fine. So Talaparna, what is Talaparna? So Talavrukshaparna, something. Bala Bilvahi Pushniparnacha Dadi Mamla Hitapeya. Kapapittati Saranam. So this is specifically for Kapapittati Saranam. पयस्य अर्धोदके भागे रीपेय उत्पलनागरैः पेया रक्तातिसारग्नि पुष्टिकरणी रसान्विता. So अर्धोदके भागे पयसि. So in a milk in which there is half part of jala, rivera utpala nagaraihi. So Ushir Utpala and Nagara Shunti, Peya Raktati Sarandi, Pushniparani Rasanta. Is to be given with Pushniparani Rasa. They are incorporated in Pushniparani in this itself. Rivera Utpala Ajapaya, one part, Udaka half part. So they have specifically mentioned Ajapaya over here. Because the original part doesn't contain anything like that. But anyway, Aja will be more appropriate in this scenario. Prepare peya by boiling the above specified drugs, Raktati. So this we may try to use in ulcerative colitis, and there are very few patients of Raktati as such. Swadavashtakantakaryabhyam Mootrakrucchahara Phanita. Actually, it should be Phanita with this peya. So Shodavashta and Kantakari along with Kakvi in Mootrakrucchahara. So prepare Kashaya or phanita. Now this is very strange. So it is to be given with phanita. It's not to be boiled with phanita. So Basti Parshvashira Shili Vagri Gokshara Sadhita. This is Basti Parshvashira Shula Vagri Gokshara Sadhita Peya has been given. And here he is saying Mootrakrucchahara as the indication, and phanita is one of the contents over there. So Phanitan Guru Abhishanti Chayakrut Mutra Shodhana. Phanita is Guru Abhishanti Chayakrut but Mutra Shodhana, and that might be helpful over here. So Phanita has been mentioned over here. And as such, Phanita is available, readily available, and very palatable. So we may think of yogas along with Phanita in the text. For this is a very good yoga as such. विडंग पिप्पली मूल शिखरभीर परिचयनच तक्र सिद्धा यवागु स्यात् कृमिग्नि ससुवर्चिका. So this is also a good one. Vidanga pimpali mool shugru maricha and suvarchika. So it is to be given with suvarchika, suvarchala lavana. Takra siddha, and this is prepared in takra. So we may try to use this Vidangadi yavagu as such. Dashamula Shruta Peya Kasa Shvasa Rujapaha. So Dashamula Shruta Peya is Kasa Shvasa and Ruja for 3. He has not indicated Ruja in indications. So this is again a simple one. And as I said earlier, in that small girl who had come for Tamaka Shvasa, and I gave only Dashamula and gave Trimigna Chikitsa as such, and that fetched very good results. So Kasa Shvasa and even Ruja, that is also there. So this is also fine. Vrushe yavagu. Tamrachudha rasya siddha sroto marga rujapaha. Samasha vidala vrusha. Ksheeropasadha. I think this is also from Brihatrayika. Dasaruja and Shvasaruja. I don't think so. The Shamula itself is Vata Shamana, and Ruja is associated with Vata dosha, so it may not be associated with Kasa or Shvasa. It should be considered separately as such. And the next one, Tamrachuda Rasa Siddha. Tamrachuda is Kukuta. Samasha Vidala, along with Masha Vidala, Gruta Ksheeropasadita, and with Gruta and Kshira. Now this is Sroto Marga Rujapaha. This is something typical. So maybe we try to use in hydrocele, or there is Vrushanagata Vata as such, and that may be dealt with this as well. This is that may be dealt with this vata as such, or this peya. And Gruta Kshiropasadita, it is Vrusha as well. So, Srotomarga Ruja. Now, this might be when there is Shukra Vega Varodha, then there can be a Ruja, and in this that would be helpful as such. And in Shukra Vega Varodha, then this is it. Vrusha medicine is to be used, and then Bhaje Kshiram Priyas Priyaha. That has been said. So this might be used in that condition. And whenever there is a obstruction in mass difference, but this will be known only if we have done biopsy of the testicles. And spermatogenesis is proper, but there are no sperms coming into the semen. Then there we can think of some obstruction in between, and then this kind of yoga would be useful. माशविधान म्हणजे उडीद डाळ की अख्खे उडीद डाळ, but it can be with chilka. So just split udid, but with chilka. In Ghrutta, along with Mausa becomes Viruddha. Western people use ghee butter in making non-veg dishes. That should not be Viruddha. There is no point. They are not using ghee, they are using butter as such. And now the Indians have started using ghee in Western countries. Westerners are not much accustomed. Only yoga people are accustomed to ghee to certain extent. And there is no viruddhatva. You can use ghee very well, no problem. So I don't think any thing to be done. Only Matsya reference is there as viruddha, right, sir? Yeah, Matsya and Kshira is definitely there, and particularly Chili Chima. Matsya is very much viruddha. But this doesn't have any problem as such. With Ghruta and Kshira, he is asking to administer it with and Kshira. Actually, it can be prepared with Ghruta and Kshira as well. Vrusha Srotomarga Rujahara. So, if there is an obstruction, then this can be the thing. And Shukra Ashmari is also there, and in that condition, this might be used. Dratri Falasya Swarasena Rambha Phalam Madhuram Sasitam Pibedva. Sita Madhuram Badukam Vidarim Mashancha Dugdhai Sah Somarogi. Dhatri Mashad Dvidha Bhangi. Saditambu Sitayitam Somaroge Vidarikshu Mashayashti Shutambuva. So this Somaroga is again a different kind of thing. When there is watery discharge, and associated with the Urbalya, then it is to be understood as a somarog as such. And in these yogas are useful or something. Surprisingly, there is a consideration of masturbation in males, and as such, there is no consideration in females when they have hypersexuality. In this Trushartha Pathik, Radha Swami book by ISKCON, this fellow traveling somewhere in Kabul or Afghanistan met with a lady who was desiring sex very much, and she demanded it from him, and he could somehow escape from her and started his journey ahead. But these kinds of things are seen particularly in very rich ladies as such, those who are living singly. And there was one Hindi picture on this as male prostitutes, based on a male prostitute. And what are the observations and experiences of that? So, have you treated Shukrashmari? How to diagnose it? There is a mention that Vidharam Mutra Syat Taya Marga Nirodhite. So, this Vidhara Mutra can be seen in patients. And there is not much pain as such. And Mahatamev Jayate, Shukrashmari tu Mahatamev Jayate. So, it is seen only in Shukrashmari Lala, particularly Shukrashmari Lala. Not as Viruddha. Even Dugdha and Amla Phala is only mentioned as Viruddha. So in each case, Madhura Phala plus Dugdha and Mausa Dugdha can be considered not as Hetu. When there are exceptions given by the text itself, then it is not Viruddha. But if we are doing on our own, then it may not be Viruddha. It may be Viruddha or something like that. So here it is Dhatriphalase Swarasena Rambaphalam. Sitamadhuram Madhuram Madhukam Vidari Mashancha Dugdhai Saha Somarog. So Dhatriphala with Rambaphala. Dhatriphala Swarasa with Rambaphala. Madhuram Sasitam Pibeta with Madhu and Sita that is being given. I have used particularly Rambaphala along with Dhatri, giving Puri in Dhatri, Dhatri in Puri, and asking the patient to eat it with Rambaphala. I have not added Madhura and Sita, so Madhu and Sita may also be added. And this works particularly in this Somaroga as such. And this might be told by the patient, might not be told by the patient. That is also possible. If the srava is sticky more or is having foul smell, then it is more to be considered as Kurmi Roga or infection, such as. And then the treatment is different. You have to use Sugandhi Dravya like Chandana. And we may go for Sukshma Triphala, Vara, Darvi, etc. Nimba in that condition, and Kurubinda Chikitsa that is to be used. But in Somaroga, this is peculiarly to be used. I had told this case long back. I may just repeat it. There was one young lady who, at the age of 27, 28, lost her husband in an accident. This is old story, around 100 years or 80 years before. So at that time, it was very difficult of thinking of remarrying. She used to suffer a lot from symptoms like Amlapitta, and she was being treated by a very good Vaidya with no result. He also gave her Vamana, but that also didn't fetch any result. Then she came to consult herself for treatment. And apparently it was a case of Amlapitta, but she was not responding. Fortunately enough, her neighbor was also coming to consult herself for treatment. And somehow discussion about this patient started. And the neighbor told his observation that she somehow could manage to get out of that situation and understand that nothing can be done now or something. But a new couple came for residence just beside her flat, and from that onward, her health deteriorated. So Fansalkar was specifically saying me, new couple arrived nearby, and then this problem started. So then he used medicines like Shatavari, etc., did counseling, and then she got relieved from that so-called Amlapitta or something like that. Rambaphala is Kadali or banana. So banana uh, fruit, etc. Only thing this Rambaphala has to be very ripe. So one has to be specific about that. It should be ripe Rambaphala. Shukravega dharana not to be done. Also masturbation not to be done. Most common is in your practice how to understand. So, actually, in the old days, this might not be a very big problem because the marriages were being done in very early age. So if we are seeing the serials, even the girls used to be at 8, 9 years, and the boy used to be at 13, 14 years or so, getting married like that. In Ashtanga Sangraha, there is a mention that the girl is at 12 years and the boy is 20 years, married, and still have abstinence for 4 more years. So they are married, but they are not allowed for sex for 4 years. By that time, she gains maturity by 16, and even the male gets maturity by 24, and then they may have sex and have children. That was the custom. And secondly, there was no co-education like what is today seen. So only males were getting out of the house for Vidyarjana. And Vidyarjana used to get finished within 12 years. So if they leave their house by 6 years to go to Guru's house, Gurukul, in Gurukul, and return within 12 years at the age of 18, and then he may start his earning and get married. That is quite possible. The maturity will be attained by 25 maximum. 20 onwards, maturity is there. And for girls, if the menstruation starts at 12, the maturity is attained by 16. And since there was no exposure for them to come together, there might have been this problem was not there as such. And of course, there are cases of extramarital sex, etc. But those are exceptions, those are rare cases. Generally, there were happy marriages and used to have a long life and children, grandchildren, etc. etc. Now the situation has quite changed, and I am really doubting whether the kind of formal education that we are having is it worth of spending so many years in formal education today. We should be more practical, and those who want to learn more or something like that may have opportunity to learn more. In Western countries, the children have to get out of the house when they are in adolescence age. They have to earn their own. So most of these children are they are getting a job in restaurants, and they become independent, and then immediately the dating starts. When they are in adolescence itself, the dating starts, and that is why these are not very well educated Westerners, and they hire educated people from countries like India, China, etc. And our people go and settle over there, and this is a practice. And our people can earn even more than the native people. So there is a jealousy about that. What is happening in Australia, what is happening in US, this is a jealousy because our people are earning 9,000 per month, and whereas this might be earning $4,000-5,000 per month or something like that. And then there is a jealousy or something like that. But the basic point is whatever we have been learning in our schools or even colleges, alpha, beta, gamma, sine, cosine, etc. What relevant it has in our day-to-day practice? On the contrary, we don't know how to change the tube light in our house. We don't know how to pay the bills of electricity and other things. So practically, there is very less emphasis on practical training, and so this is more troublesome as such. There should be a thought process about all this, and educational reform has to be there. And one should think of this formal education, how far it is useful or not, etc. And there are certain schools who are trying their level best for practical education. They're asking the students to go to the market, purchase vegetables, fruits, etc. Try to understand addition, subtraction, etc. Kacha kadali is more pishtamay and heavy to digest. Here it is expected is pakwa kadali phala. There were also separate gurukul for females to give three sulabha shikshan. If you know a reference, that will be great. I'm not aware of this. There have been Gargi, Maitri, etc., Vidushi, who have contributed to knowledge, but these are exceptions. They should be getting these kinds of education probably in their houses itself. So I don't think, but if you get a reference, that should be fine. Diet also contributes a lot in increasing sexual urges. And Ati Ushna Tikshna Ahara nowadays is also responsible. Yeah, but this definitely works, there is no doubt. But basic issue is co-education. And women are also career oriented now, and the whole balance of the family has been lost. So definitely there are issues when particularly one earning person dies, and if the wife is illiterate, then what should be done? In earlier days, when there were not nuclear families, ekatra kutumba, something like that, so big family, then they were taken care. But now in nuclear families, this is very difficult. So there are so many angles associated with this. The overstimulation of sexual organs by media and diet is the reason behind pervert sexual activities. Overusage of Shukra Pravartaka Dravya like Rason and Palando are another causes. That is why these two dravyas are prohibited during fast and Chaturmas. That is true. But the whole atmosphere is sex provoking. There is no doubt about that. And on the contrary, there are no teachings, learnings for controlling sex. And the age of marriages has progressed like anything. So even for ladies now 25 is a common age, and for gents 30 plus is a common age. So this is not really good. So we have to think about this seriously as a social aspect and such, and may have reform of the whole education system as such, and concentrate more on Shastra Vidya Kala, which was a tradition in India. And Shastra is like this text. Vidya is explanation of that by Guru. And Kala is a Vyavahar. So in practice, how to deal with other people, etc., etc. Or Kala is fine art, that is also there. So we may have to think of this scenario on a broader perspective. And whether women's liberalization has done any good or not is still a question. There is a natural difference in man and woman, and there is no point in denying this natural difference. They want to deny this difference and want to have equality. That is the situation right now. Now in Air Force and even in military, women are given chance nowadays. Time will tell what happens with them when they are arrested by enemy. Has military considered this risk or not? There can be torture of male soldiers. There is definitely a torture of male soldiers, but that will remain a torture. There will be sexual abuse about this, and it's very difficult to prohibit that. So while considering women in this field, military particularly, I don't know whether they have considered this aspect or not. And rapes are common with women only. That is another important issue. So there is a natural difference, and the women have to be protected. That is the situation. But anyway, now it is very difficult to speak about this in society. Immediately you are called as Pratigam, and everybody wants to be Purogam or something like that. So getting back to old traditions, customs is like your Pratigami or something like that. As per references, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksham. Kama refers to Putra Kama, as you only said in previous class. Not only Putra Kama, there is Dutri Kama as well. But few couples also practice coitus regularly. A case came to me asking frequency of coitus. What may be the explanation? There is clear-cut mention about this in the text. It is dependent on the Seveta Kamata Kamam Trupto Vaji Kurtair Hime. Grihad Vasanta Shavado Pakshan Nikmarshan Nidajayo. You read Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrastan 7th chapter. You will find all these references together. So, Vajikarana is for both progeny and for sexual pleasure as such. One patient I was treating had ended up in severe grahani due to over masturbation. He later started consuming his own shukra in fear of losing stability. So the principle of wanting for samana dravya in case of its kshaya was seen. He got upashaya with Vasanta Kusumakara and Nauptika Kamduna. In Shandha, there is one case, there is one variety like this. So, Shukram Prashalabate Balam, that has been said. So there is a mention of this symptom as such. And this leads to Shandatva, or this is a symptom of Shandatva. So what I mean to say, you keep on reading text. You will find references to many things at different places. And because I have read many texts, I am reading it continuously. I can remember those references. And the same was the case with Fonsarkar, Koletkar, Vedimana Shastri, and many stalwarts in Ayurveda. Without reading original text, this won't be possible. So anyway, this is a big diversion and such. But there is a need of social reforms in this. And there should be a grassroots level thinking, thought process about the educational scenario that is prevalent today. Secondly, there is a big generation of white collar people, so to say. British made it in such a way that whatever education they were providing, even people like Agarkar swept away by this concept. इंग्रजी वाघिणीचं दूध. So, though Tilak, Savarkar, and many other stalwarts were very strong in English, nobody boasted about that upon that. But Agarkar boasted about that. It is like Udirana of Dharaniya Vega. Yeah, this is masturbation is Udirana of Dharaniya Vega. But they wanted to create clerks. British wanted to create clerks. And they succeeded in that. They offered more salary. So a good job, so to say, very good earning. And then they separated this class from common man. That was a trick played by British. And they were very clever, coming from a very small country and governing big country like India with very few people. How did they manage it? So we should learn this from British and we should understand their policy. Divide and rule. This was the policy on something like that. And how the division is to be made on various front divisions on made. Jativad, then this Dharmavad, then this class, rich class, poor class, or something like that. And the Indian society fall prey to that. And that caused so much of unrest over here. Patient multiple lipoma, history of severe masturbation, can we understand that शुक्र नवीन उत्पत्ती करतो व शुक्र गाठ निर्माण करतो. That is true. There can be a relation found in this lipoma and shukra. I have treated few cases like this and they respond very well with Vangabhasma and Medapachak. They respond very well and gradually this will go away. There will be reduction in the size of the lipoma, number of lipomas, etc. But this is seen in few cases, not in all cases. Otherwise, lipoma is difficult to treat. If you find something like this, then this works. But otherwise, lipoma is difficult to treat. Shukravah Srotas Chikitsa has included with Vyayama and exercise. Proper exercise utilizes Shukra Dhatu to nourish previous Dhatu. Nowadays, Shukra has lost utility and only used for pleasure. Please quote the reference. Vyayama for Shukra, I don't remember where the reference you are citing. So better quote the reference, that will be better. As a Vega Dharana causing Vata Prakopa, Vega Udirana of all Dharaniya Vegas will also lead to Vata Prakopa in similar way. Charak Vimanasthan. Which chapter? Fifth chapter. Bhagavad Charak Vimanasthan. You just quote the chapter and the sutra number. Shukra Samayini Dushyanti Shastra Ksharagni Karma Bihi. Vyayama is there, but that is for Shukra Dushti as such. Okay, Madhura Tikta Dravya Vyayama has come in the Shukra Pradoshaja Vyadhi Chikitsa. So that is at 28th chapter. But that should be for Dushti as such. And yeah, Sutrastan 28th chapter. Swadu Tiktam असं काहीतरी आहे बरोबर. शुक्र जाना
मध्य शुक्र समुद्धानाम औषधम स्वादुतिक्तम अन्नम जवाय व्यायामो शुद्धिकालेचमास
नहीं अन्नम
जवाय व्यायामो शुद्धिकालेचमासया.
But I don't think that it has a direct relationship. This is Shukra Dushti and not proper normal Shukra or something like that. So Tikta and Madhura Rasa, Vyayama, Vyavaya, etc. These are for expulsion of Dushta Shukra. That might be the thing. And Vyayama is multiple neurofibroma is also related to this, as you said above lipoma. I have not actually treated any case of neurofibroma. And it's very difficult to understand what neurofibroma is. But it may not be associated with this. There was one book written by one of our staff members from TMB, and she has cursed Dr. Prabhu, Vaidya Prabhu from Dombivli, and her sister, she herself was suffering from neurofibroma, and Prabhu sir used many things, including Agni Karma, Kshara Karma, and everything. Nothing happened. Nothing could help her. And then she has said he was all the time experimenting on me, and that is how the Vaidyas do, etc. etc. Fortunately, her book is not very popular, and she has given the names. That is again bad. But neurofibroma, we may have to think about that separately. Purvakarmaja Vyadhi is what I heard. I don't say anything. I have not come across cases of neurofibroma. So we may have to think about it separately. Anyway, we conclude over here and continue tomorrow. Ayurveda prakando nigadita ihahi शल्यतन्त्रप्रधानः शीर्षेभ्यः शाश्वतोऽयं निखिलजनकृपा व्याप्तचित्तेन येन आयुर्वेदस्य वाञ्छन् पुनरपि भुवने तां च सुष्ठु प्रतिष्ठां श्रेष्ठं धन्वन्तरिन्दं प्रणमति च सदा वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनं वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनं विरम्यते व्याख्यानव्यापारः श्वः पुनरपि मिलिष्यामः।